How's it? Welcome back to the channel. So I had a question come in talking about someone's meditation practice, specifically getting at trying to be consistent with it. And this person was saying that their preferred time to do it is like for 5 minutes in the morning, and they said they would try to do it, like whenever they can in the morning. So it was hard to tell, how often that was. But I would say, like, say if you're doing it like 5 minutes a day, 6 or 7 days a week every morning, I would consider that to be super duper killing it. If you're doing it 5 minutes a day in the morning, like, 3 times a week, that's perfectly good too. But then again, if you're doing it like 5 minutes in the morning, a couple times a month, that's probably not enough yet, especially if you're kind of newer to the practice and you're kind of trying to learn it. It can really help to be a lot more consistent with it, to really, come to grips with the practice if you're just starting out. Like for me personally, I tend to target meditating at 2 different times. Like for my real proper type of meditation practice, I like to do that in the middle of the day for me when I can. Now, I can't always do that depending on how my schedule is, but I like to target like, 10 to 20 minutes. And it's varied greatly over the years. I can do it anywhere from like 1 day a week, or sometimes I'll miss an entire week altogether. Then I could also start doing it like, 7 days out of the week. But I'd say I probably average out to like, 3 days a week or so on average for that. But also, and this is my main time that I like to meditate, and this really gets at the whole consistency thing, where my preferred time to do it, and I do this just about every single day, is at night in bed, before or as I'm going to sleep. And I find that to be, just the perfect time to do it because, you have to go to sleep every single night. I know I won't be messed with or bothered with. I'll be left alone, so it gives me a great opportunity to do it. So I find that time works really well. So the key thing I would say is trying to find at some point in the day where you can relatively consistently get it in. And I think that would, obviously, I guess, do a lot to keep you more consistent with your practice. Now, if you are going to be doing it the way I like to do it, right before bed, and I know a lot of times when you're getting into the practice, I'll say, don't be doing your meditation lying down, although I prefer to do it like that, especially, at night when I'm going to sleep, obviously. But I tend to find that one of two things will happen. It will either keep me too mentally engaged or make me have a harder time falling asleep, which is perfectly fine. Just do it for a set time, whatever you feel it out, 10 minutes, whatever you want. And then, if it's kind of keeping you awake, then drop it and go to sleep as you typically do. Or the other thing that will happen is, I'll be so tired that as I'm trying to do my meditation, I'll notice that my consciousness keeps slipping and I start, basically getting lost in the thoughts in my head and drifting off towards sleep, which is cool too, because, when is it ever bad to fall asleep quickly? So if you notice that happening, then just, let the meditation go, get caught up in those thoughts and drift off to sleep through hypnagogic, stage 1 of sleep, and do all of that. Plus, of course, if you're doing it as you're going to sleep, it has the great added benefit of helping you to get to the whole stage 1 of sleep hypnagogic area lucidly aware. You know how much I love my hypnagogic meditation. And I also think too, just getting used to, kind of if you do get down to the hypnagogic state, or even if you're just meditating as you're going to sleep. I don't have any stats to back this up, but I think this would also help you have a bit more lucid dreams as well, just because it kind of keeps your mind firing and your attention focused, on your thoughts and stuff that are coming up in your head. So I think that can work there too. But then also, I think doing it in the morning would be a super great time to do it as well, just after you wake up. And I would think you could even do this in bed. Now, this would particularly work well. I guess, first of all, you have to wake up with enough time in the morning to have some time to kill and not have to get up and go straight to your kids and start getting kids ready for school and doing all that. But if you can wake up early enough to where you can have some time to kill, I think that could be really great. Plus, if you do it in bed just after waking, it's a wonderful opportunity to have more lucid dreams, OBE types of experiences, which, I still consider OBEs personally to be like lucid dreams, astral projection stuff too. Again, I consider that to be mostly lucid dream stuff too, but that is essentially like the main technique in this awesome book we'll be covering here, at some point in the future. I'm still kind of reading through it. But the main thing in here, so the phase, he calls it the phase, but it's basically like lucid dreams are the phase, OBEs are the phase, astral projecting is the phase, and all that stuff too. But it's like the main technique for getting to that state is in here, and he likes to really recommend doing it just after waking. And I've been messing around with it a bit. Now, most of the times in the morning, I wake up in a big rush because I'll sleep till like the last minute or whatever, so I don't have too much. Not very often will I have time to kill in the morning when I wake up. But I did give the stuff in this book a try, and it was having some pretty good results with it. So it'll be a fun book to hop into when you get around to it. But anyway, yeah, I think that will wrap it up. I would say, if you are doing it 5 minutes a day, most days, I think that's great. I also don't think there's any need to really try and strive for more than 5 minutes at a time, especially if you're getting into the practice. Like, I think you'd have a lot better mileage gained from doing a bunch of short sessions, 5 minutes, or even shorter than that, like 1 minute, couple minute sessions. you'd have a lot better mileage gain from that than if you were saying trying to do it for like 1 hour straight every single Sunday or something like that. Because most of the time, you know, even for me, like in the beginning when I was first getting into my meditation practice, I don't know if I felt like obligated just to prove to myself that I could pull off these like hour plus meditation sessions. But now that I'm more into the practice, I really kind of see no point in that. And I think like 10 to 20 minutes is plenty enough. And, you know, I guess same thing goes with like 5 minutes and so there too, right? The main thing is you're just kind of getting used to kind of watching your mind, and doing it in shorter sessions can really go a long way as you're starting to learn to practice. You could even do this, like put a random alarm generator on your phone and have that thing go off. And I guess this could also help great with consistency as well. So every time you hear it go off, that can just be a reminder for you if you can do it, you know, wherever that alarm goes off throughout the day. If you can pause for a minute and do a quick little 1 minute, 2 minute meditation session, that can work amazingly well too and really help at keeping you consistent. But anyway, yeah, that'll wrap it up. Thanks for the question. And until the next video, keep your meditation practice legit.